I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts. When do you guys want to commentate? Okay, that Bone's joining me. We're into game 1 of grand finals here.
What's the deal? Who's winner's side? Two Crunk villain.
Yeah, they are. I never saw Masterpiece lose, but I guess they lost to the same team at some point off stream.
Probably.
I was just not paying any attention whatsoever.
Don't blame me. I wasn't either. What is this? Why is there a puff? Okay.
It's working surprisingly well, given that Austin does not play Puff as his main chicken.
Yeah. But I mean,
the Puff has looked good today. Other than he hasn't gotten a lot of edge guards, but other than that, the Puff has looked solid and done good work.
Well, that was kind of an edge guard. Almost. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. But it doesn't look right to me. Well, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't go double Fox, you know?
Yeah, they did go double Fox the first game they played, and then Austin switched to Puff against a lesser skilled team and hasn't switched back since.
Fair enough. I guess he's going to ride it. Which might work. I don't know. It's looking pretty good.
If they lose this game, I would predict a switch to Fox.
Yup. Do they have to do the bracket reset? I'm not sure how this works in this bracket. It's the loser side, but I know they're just playing first and second. I guess they do.
I think I don't see why not, unless it's just single one. No, it's definitely not single one because we've had teams playing more than once today.
Right. I guess they're gonna go double time if they win. So I guess that would be. I actually would be surprised if they won. I'm not saying they're bad, but
yeah, I mean we're talking about what they're gonna do when they lose, but it's still pretty even there.
Yeah, that was a solid ledge hog though.
Austin has gone for the same ledge hop rest several times today, gotten it once.
Dude, that's the beauty of doubles. You can just do the random rest and get away with it. Because that's how rest works in doubles. No one's going to do anything to punish a rest. They're going to hit you like once, and that's it.
The guy has managed not to up smash Austin a single time so far, so props to him for that. Since
you sure that's Guy?
That's something he's prone to do.
Dude, Guy wakes you up from rest with up smash. Like,
When
that's just how he works. Like, he thought, like, I swear, he did, okay? Like, I was like, I rested something, and and he was like, I'm gonna wake you up. And he running up smash me, and he was like, no, I'm sorry, I tried to forward tilt you. Like, that wasn't even the good option. Like, it was still a bad choice. Like, no matter how you look at it. I'm surprised he hasn't killed him. I guess it's working, but it's like goofy because both Guy and Austin have this really defensive play style that they like to play in doubles.
Yeah.
Neither one of them go in really hard, but I guess it kind of works because they're not really they're not really committing at all ever. They're both just kind of dancing and waiting for the blue team to come in, which works while they have stage control. Well, as soon as they lose it, let's go. It's over. That's weird. Why can Puff do that? She has the biggest head of all time.
I was playing in Gentleman last night. I was playing Jigglypuff. And this gentleman was playing Link.
Alright.
I like Link Puff's back air is longer than Link's sword.
That's not fair.
The Link tried to sword me and I just back aired him. I'm just like that hitbox. I can't say anything though. My sword character actually has good hitboxes.
Your sword character is a pretty good character, to be honest.
He
to
is.
be totally fair. I don't think there's any defending that. The only guy who can kind of compare to Marth would be Roy. But then they did that thing with Roy where half of his moves don't have a hitbox. And so made him a little bit worse.
I don't get that poor character. Roy is so much fun.
Dude, he actually is. And like, I don't know why I have so much fun playing Roy, but I don't have any fun playing Marth. But I do, and it doesn't make sense to me because I know it should be the other way around.
Marth is so. Flowchart's the wrong word. I don't like the term flowchart in this game.
Right.
But like you generally do like the same set of stuff with Marth. With Roy, there's all kinds of cool different stuff you can do to mitigate his terribleness.
Right.
And it's like an individual competition with yourself on the first level, just figuring out how not to be awful with this character. And after that, you start doing these cool things, and it equates to fun, even though you get raffle stomped most of the time.
That was actually a sick thing by Sheik right there, by the way. But yeah, that's when Roy starts to show how bad he is, when you find out and realize that you have to play yourself while playing your opponent. And that's basically the complete opposite of what you would rather want to do.
And it can just be super demoralizing when you you get a crouch cancel down tit into like a 6-hit combo, oh man, and then you see you did like 15 damage.
Yeah. Isn't it a great feeling?
It's like, did something wrong here. You probably started the character selection.
You gotta put your token on a better character, my friend. That's just how it works. Dude, that's honestly how I feel playing like half the characters I play in video games. Because I was in Guilty Gear, I was doing some of the trials, just showing them off, right? I was like, hey, Roy, check this out. I'm playing my bow. We were doing the Dizzy trials. They're like good 6, 7 hit combos, or like 7 input combos, 7 different moves. All right, we go the equivalent trial number on mine as Ramathal, about 17 for less damage. And you know, I wonder why I do this to myself. With every fighting game I get into, I just, I don't know. Anyway, too much introspection. Go back to this stuff, because this is actually a really good game, even though I don't like the teams, but it's working in the jank map.
Yep, evened up here.
And how did he miss that rest? Stop holding the stitch. Throw it. Oh, it's gone. So what do you think? And when somebody's holding a stitch, do you think you should hold it for 3 years, or you should get rid of it as soon as possible?
I think with the stitch, I think it's worth it to hold it. Not like universally, but just as a mix-up, because if I see, and I have a lot of Peach practice. If the Peach pulls a stitch, I'm saying, oh man, they're going to try to hit me with that thing. And I start playing super defensively, sit and shield a lot, I need to power shield that thing. Like, all that's going through my head. And that's distracted me from my main gameplay and what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Once they throw it, it's like, oh, thank God, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm back to normal.
Right.
Whether it hits me or not. And so, yeah, I do think there's some merit to holding onto it sometimes. But then you get in situations where you just hold it, and then you get hit, or it disappears, and you've wasted a very powerful tool. So I feel like you should have to mix it up.
All right, that's fair. I've seen it too much where somebody, it's like, yeah, it really is strong, but it's pretty bad if you don't use it.
Right.
And I see that too much where people hold on to stitch just for the fear factor, and then I'm not abusing it, and then you basically get lost because of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, stitch. Yeah, mix it up. Bomb, get rid of that thing. Like, nothing, no good's
throw
gonna come
it
from
straight away. Like, you don't even want to fool with it. Alright, I thought he was going to do the 1v1. Either one works. Though this is like, for both characters, this is both like super tricky against Puff. Just because like, it's Puff.
Right.
He does pretty okay against Puff. Not great, but pretty good. Pretty good against Peach especially.
So, yeah, Austin playing it correctly here. If he can just get Sheik to commit off the map, a few back airs and Sheik is dead.
If blue team would just chill the fuck out and just back up, don't try to kill them, and just throw the needles until Puff commits to the stage, they'd be in a better position. I don't know why they're going so hard. Throw your B buttons.
And Austin actually got what he wanted there, failed to capitalize off of it. Now playing the same game on the other side as he should.
Well, blue team was playing this, right? There we go. Do this. 3 hours of this. Just do it. You won't lose anything. What the? Alright.
Okay. See, I mean, that worked out. But why not just turn up the needle for 3 minutes? Optimal. good video games.
It is good video games. Optimal video games. Is that the right word? Is optimal a thing? Should optimal be a thing? Is optimal a thing at all ever?
Probably not. Probably not. Because once you get optimal, you get predictable, and then the cycle just repeats itself.
Yep. So I think like there's optimal punish strings in some video games, right? But because this game is based off percentage and there's no scaling with combos. It's just you're scaling with one move, but they don't carry across, right? So with this, it's like there's no actual thing you should ever do that isn't a reset, because a reset by itself could be optimal if you use it right, which a lot of players just don't get, which kind of drives me nuts. I don't know about you, but it's insane to me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, same for me. It's like it's just like the total lack of understanding, which like you can't. And the frustrating thing is like some of these players could be so much better if they understood it, but you can't actually get it at this level from playing this game. You can't learn the value. Like once you reach a certain level, like you've got to start learning it, or else you're gonna hit a wall.
Right.
But in this game, you can do like pretty well on a local level without like actually knowing about things like, you know, the mind games that come from not doing the right thing every time.
Exactly. And if anybody, I swear, if anybody would just play us in Street Fighter, they would learn that in like 2 minutes. Like I wouldn't even play Ibuki. I would just go back to Birdie, because then I could exemplify how good jab into walk-up command grab is. Because is that optimal? Hell no, it's not optimal. There's so many ways to get out of that. But does it work? Yeah, it does. And what do you get? A bigger punish. It's so much better. And nobody gets it.
Yeah. Sadness. I don't know how we can get our FGC community started here yet.
There's a shot. Got a couple people interested. We just got to get more people interested. Speaking of which, are we... I need to sign up for Afterglow, I guess. I'm going to go to that.
Yeah. I entered. Last I checked, I was still the only pre-registrant for Street Fighter 5.
Money match.
1v1 tournament.
For $500.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually... that joke comes from the fact that, like, I think it was like in the mid-90s, Valle and somebody were going to play a super turbo money match in some pizza place, and somebody was getting on to him for gambling. And he's like, it's not gambling. It's a 1v1 tournament with a $500 entry fee.
He's not wrong, though.
And it's technically, Ultra David proved it's technically legal under that designation.
Shout out to Ultra David. What a guy. One of the technicians of the Street Fighter community, the FGC in general. We need more of that. This game doesn't have scientists in it, man. Like, it didn't for the longest time. We do now, but...
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, the scientists are... The unfortunate thing about this game is that no matter what you contribute to it, you have to be good to actually be recognized. And so many of our scientists are just, like, bad. Like...
Oh, yeah, Kadano? Great example. Doesn't make it on rules.
Yeah, and see... Yeah, he's just really bad, and he's just forced so much sheer knowledge on people at this point that they have to respect him. But there's other people that like have a lot to contribute to this game, but they aren't taken seriously just because they can't like.
They don't have the results.
Yeah,
it's a bummer because you don't have to play the game well to understand how the game works.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people get that. I wish they did. Because then, like, there's too much ego going on, man. You know?
Yeah. And you know, a lot of it comes down to the fact, like, I was arguing. Oh God, I feel bad saying this. I was arguing on Event Hubs the other day with this one guy who's like, you know, the FGC perception. I know.
Okay.
The FGC perception of Smash, like, this is a weird game. It's a weird kiddie party game with all these weird people. Y'all are dumb. And I'm like, well, there's a little bit of truth that the Smash community is a little bit more like weird than the FGC, which is not a bad thing. But actually, I don't think it's a weird thing. I think it's a maturity thing. Because if you look at that, like the Smash community, if you look at it, is 10 years younger, a whole 10 years younger than the FGC. So Super Turbo started getting competitive in 1994, where Melee. I don't know if 64 had a huge following before Melee.
It wasn't really a competitive scene until Melee happened.
Okay.
Melee made it a competitive game.
Okay.
Series, period.
All right, so yeah, so then Melee competitive got started in about 2004 on some kind of an organized level.
Right.
And so yeah, your communities are about 10 years younger, and then you have the majority of the players in the Smash community now came in 2 to 3 years ago from the revival of Melee and these Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS coming out. And so, yeah, I think it's just a lot of this stuff comes out of the fact that just the community's younger.